Welcome to Becoming Saiyans.
A Dragon Ball rewatch podcast.
And we're back. I'm Truman.
And I'm Jesse.
And this has been Becoming Saiyans, a Dragon Ball rewatch podcast. On today's episodes, we watched episodes number 41 and 42, titled The Fall of Muscle Tower and The Secret of Dr. Flappe. And getting into some trivia for you, starting with the first episode. We don't really have any new premieres of characters, so we don't have to worry about that. But differences from the manga, in the anime, Android 8 steps in before Goku and General White start fighting. But that doesn't happen in the manga. You know, he's like trying to tell him to stop, and that Pete says the only answer. That doesn't happen. In the anime, General White takes advantage of Goku's weakness of his tail. But then Goku retaliates and knocks him down and tries to finish him off. And then Android 8 stops him and tells him, don't do that. You'll just become him if you do that. All of that's exclusive to the anime. General White gives Android 8 a choice of the village chief's freedom over Goku's life, making him kind of freak out. All anime exclusive. Android 8 destroys Muscle Tower in the anime, which does not happen in the manga. He doesn't do that. And in the scene with Goku, Android 8, and the village chief returning to Suna's house, not in the manga, as the next chapters picks up with them already there at nighttime. Some trivia is the narrator references Major Metallotron's similarities to the T-800 when he describes his earlier battle of Goku, leaving him terminated. That must have been in the recap. We always skip the recap just to save us a little bit of time, so we didn't see that, but... the top of the computer consoles are green rather than beige as they were in other episodes. Android 8 urges not to give in to his anger and kill General White because it'll make him as bad as General White later for most of the Blank Blank saga. Goku does completely give in to his anger after Blank and Blank are killed. In the episode, Goku refers to himself as being human due to him not knowing that he's in fact a Saiyan, and because that hasn't been shown up yet, or it wasn't part of the manga yet. Mm-hmm. In this context, however, Goku was also referring to how he's organic instead of that, unlike Android 8. Yeah. Muscle Tower is not brought down in the manga. In the original Japanese broadcast, the first 15 seconds of the next episode preview were devoted to next week's show, and the other 15 seconds were the Blood Rubies ticket promo thing. Yeah. Which we talked about, I think, when we watched that movie, that they did like a little promo during one of the episodes.
Mm-hmm. Which would have been around that time.
And instead, on the Dragon Box, it was just they reran that version, the first 15 seconds twice for the next episode. Jumping into the secret of Dr. Flappe, some of our differences from the manga is Goku, Sano, and Android 8's entire journey and meeting with Dr. Flappe, as well as the run-in with Ninja Murasaki, are all exclusive to the anime.
So pretty much this is an anime exclusive episode.
That's what I'm reading here.
This is as filler gets, as far as episodes are.
Yeah.
I wouldn't necessarily count it as filler, though. I think it has some merit to world building.
Yeah. And then this next one's a good rest in peace. This is the final episode to use the Goku and Oolong eye catchers thing that happens in the mid-break. That's been present since the first episode. So rest in peace to the fun mid-credits roll.
Right. I'm interested to see what the next one is.
Yeah. Sano's mother mentions that she always thought they were bigger. The Dragon Balls were bigger. As it would turn out, the blank are much bigger than the Earth ones. Doesn't take much for you to figure out that we're talking about other balls, I'm guessing, Jesse.
Yeah, we're talking about other space balls.
Yeah.
Fun fact about Spaceballs.
Yeah.
They apparently wrapped filming on the second Spaceballs movie today.
Nice. I had not heard that.
Today or yesterday. Might have saw it late.
Yeah. This is an inconsistency on the trivia. An inconsistency trivia. Where it says when Boku, who's Boku? when Goku has his bomb flashback, Ninja Murasaki has his sword, even though Goku broke it and was not replaced in that episode. This episode is notable for creating a major plot hole through the existence of Dr. Flappe. In the 1984 manga, it is confirmed during the Android saga, which is a saga coming way later in the future.
Yeah.
That there was another person who created the androids for the Red Ribbon Army. Supplementary materials would later rectify this by saying that Dr. Flappe had worked alongside that the other scientist doctor, and the android's creation. Therefore, they both helped. It was just kind of one of those like, oh no, we have a plot hole. We need to retcon this.
Wait a second. We went too hard in the filler episode. And we screwed everything up.
Yeah. And then the original Japanese broadcast of this episode had a special 30-second preview. Half of it was for the for the next episode. The other half was for the movie, along with a movie, the movie ticket lottery drawing. So they kind of, I think when you watch this episode, you would like know whether you won or not. Is kind of the thought process.
Yeah, that sounds like the fine. Like they had a 30-second promo, and then like whatever time left over, they would have probably had an extra time set out to do the drawing. Probably maybe live. Probably not live.
They would have pre-recorded it. They probably would have shown the names and said them really fast.
Yeah. So you had to like pause your TV if you could at that point in time.
Yeah.
I'm not an expert on 1980s TV.
Probably couldn't pause it.
1980s Japanese TV.
They probably just had a guy come out there and say, "This is the 1,000 names," and then like they roll them and they show it over and over again. You probably got a letter in the mail too.
Yeah, you got a letter. They might have even printed them off in like, because I don't know how big it was at this time. They probably printed it off in like local newspaper, local newspapers printed it off.
Yeah.
If there was someone in there, because they probably also have location.
Yeah.
So if there's someone in your like prefecture or whatever, you'd print it off.
Yeah. So previously on Dragon Ball, the epic fight between General White and Goku commences. And Goku pretty much does what he does to everybody else in this show, where he basically beats the crap out of them until they tell him to stop. But General White does, as we found out, grab his tail and use that as a weakness to stop him for a second before Goku goes absolutely ballistic on this guy. Almost kills him. And then Android 8 says, "Killing is wrong." And Goku's like, "Okay, I'm down with that." So he doesn't kill him. And then General White holds the village elder hostage for way too long of the episode, in my opinion. And then eventually Android 8 punches General White out the window and punches him so hard the day changes. And that's what happened in the first episode. In the second episode, they're all back in town, back at the village, and Android 8's been invited to stay there, but before he can, they have to go visit Dr. Flappe to get the bomb removed. Lo and behold, Dr. Flappe was the one who put the bomb there for the Red Ribbon Army. And so Ninja Murasaki also somehow survived Muscle Tower getting knocked over, because Android 8, after they knocked White away, breaks the tower down. But Murasaki survived, and he's chasing them the whole time until he steals Goku's Dragon Balls, lunch, and makes Goku really angry. He chases him all the way down. He Kamehamehas an avalanche on top of him, and then Murasaki still survives that, but after they get the bomb off, Goku accidentally sets it off and decides to throw it into the mountain, and it just so happens to land on Murasaki's face, confirming that Goku has now killed one person in this universe. And that's what you missed on Dragon Ball.
He's allegedly killed somebody. But what we've learned about Murasaki throughout the last episode is that he is really hard to kill out of dumb luck, and also probably because, there's 5 of them.
Yeah.
So at least one of them survived. Maybe all of them survived. I don't know.
Yeah.
Honestly, really enjoyable episodes.
Yeah. Anytime you're getting towards the end of a saga and you're starting to wrap up some of it, you're gonna get some good episodes, because a lot of the fluff gets cut out.
Yeah, we say that, but then lo and behold, the last episode that we just watched in these 2 episodes, just made up. But it introduces a plot hole. But it's, as I said, it's really awesome world building. Yeah. Even if that world building is a plot hole.
If they hadn't planned out a little bit further ahead that there was going to be a problem there. But, at the same time, the whole episode might not be canon to the manga or whatever, but it works because
it's canon to it just fits immediately into the universe.
And everything that they set up in the last episode, all the original stuff in that fight was all good. It made the fight more interesting, because if Goku's tail doesn't get grabbed, he just beats him up with 3 punches.
Yeah.
If he doesn't get pushed to that edge where he's about to, kill White, and Android 8 has to give him the lesson of, killing somebody who's killing people only makes if you kill somebody who's killing people, the number of killers stay the same.
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, if you kill a murderer, the number of murderers in the world stays the same. Like, it's that classic, superhero conundrum where it's like, I can't kill you because then I'm no better than you.
Yeah, and as far as we know, General White hasn't killed anybody yet. We haven't seen him. We can assume, but he hasn't actively killed anybody.
The fact that he was willing to put a gun to a village elder's head, and then have Goku turn around and literally shoot him in the back.
Yeah,
General White has presumably killed at least a couple people before.
Yeah,
somewhere between 5 to probably 50 people would be my estimate of General White's direct kill count.
Yeah,
but now indirect command kill counts probably way higher.
Yeah, I guess my main point though was with that Android 8 thing is it may have been completely added to the anime, but it's important for Goku's character.
It's important for his character. It's also just really important to see the conundrum that he's put through by General White.
Yeah,
for his character, where it's like, it takes a lot for you to force Ader to hurt somebody.
Yeah, he's up to this point has not shown one bit of like aggression to anybody.
And then General White shoots Goku in the back of the head,
and then still threatens to kill the Elder too, and that's what sets him off. Is like
he's threatening to kill the Elder still, and then he goes to double tap Goku.
Yeah,
and that's when Ader jumps in and is like, I'm going to kill you.
Yeah, and. Like, honestly...
So, I might be a pacifist, but I'm about to pass you my fist.
Yeah. But it is just, like, it's crazy how quickly Goku's just defeated everybody. But how his naivete is the reason... is his undoing to this point.
I mean, I do have to admit, this is something I do have to say. General White, so far, I think has been the most intelligent person that's, like, in the moment fighting Goku... since Roshi fighting Goku.
Yeah.
Like Roshi, you have Roshi, who obviously he's so intelligent, he fights Goku in an intelligent way that he wins.
Yeah.
General White, if he was just closer, like a little bit more comparable in like skill and power, actually could have outsmarted Goku to a dub, like a certified dub.
Or if Goku was just a little bit weaker too.
Yeah.
Because
if the power levels were just closer together, he could have legitimately beaten him.
Yeah,
because he's the first person to actually be smart enough to figure out how to actually get to Goku.
Without knowing, too. Because Roshi knew, because he had trained Gohan, and Gohan had told him.
Yeah, about some of this stuff.
Yeah, he knows that the tail's the weak point.
The tail, he also knew the moon, so he blew up the moon and stuff like that.
Yeah. But yeah, like
General White just like, he's got to have a weak spot. Well, there's a weird dainty tail hanging off of his butt. Might as well grab that.
Let's try the tail, see if that works. And also his thing of being like, this kid, he can't have energy left after all those battles. Again, he did the whole, if you throw enough people at Goku, eventually you will be able to slow him down.
Like no matter how strong you are, you're still exerting you're still exerting energy to punch somebody one time.
Yeah, and that's like and if he had more people...
If he had probably 2 more Buyons, he probably gets Goku with that with the gun. Like he probably knocks him out long enough that like as long as you just didn't have Ader there to one punch you out the tower, you win. You don't lose.
Yeah, and so that's the craziest thing is just like he is a smart villain. For the first time, we have an actual smart villain. Because I wouldn't even say Silver was on intellect level with him. He's obviously smarter than Pilaf and their crew.
Yeah. All it takes is just, giving Goku a good fight, and you're smarter than Pilaf.
Yeah. Because I wouldn't say Silver was necessarily smart. Like, I mean, he was, but like not to this level.
I would say the difference between White and Silver is White's just. It's kind of cliche to say White is wiser because White is older and has more experience.
Yeah.
Like if Silver was the age and had the experience that White had, he probably gives Goku a more similar fight.
Yeah, because
to what White gives.
Like we talked about.
Silver walks in super overconfident. He had no experience of what Goku could do. White has been watching Goku just hair through his tower. He watched him just beat the unbeatable monster he has in his dungeon. Like White kind of had an understanding of like, I'm not going to beat this guy straight up.
I'm going to have to rely
on I'm going to have to figure some things out.
Yeah. Meanwhile, Silver's like, I'm the greatest that's ever done this. Like,
Silver, I've never met a man I couldn't punch in the face and not beat him.
Yeah. But I do think like part of Silver's downfall also was just like
naive hubris.
His hubris. Because again, like going back to that, if he doesn't blow up the cloud, if he just yells at Goku and tracks him down, and is like, "Hey, can I have the Dragon Ball, please?" Goku would be like, "What the heck? This isn't even the one I want. Here, go ahead. I don't want it." Like at this point, Goku doesn't know the Red Ribbon Army's bad. So,
it's really not until Silver blows his cloud up that he starts to get an inkling that these guys kind of suck.
Yeah, these guys are mean.
Because he doesn't even put two and two together when they attack the Ox King.
Yeah, because the Ox King doesn't say, "Oh, that's the Red Ribbon Army." He's like, "Oh, I mean, I made bad guys. I was kind of an evil guy for a while, so
people have it out for me." Cause
I have enemies. I mean, every once in a while they'll come around and beat me up.
I had about a decade or two of just being kind of a bad person.
Yeah.
So you know what. People have a vendetta, and I can give them that,
They can come beat me up every once in a while. I can take it. I'm a big guy.
Yeah. It took them putting me in a net that I couldn't escape from to even, do much to me.
Yeah. I love that, when Goku gets out of the tail grab, he kicks him so hard they play it 3 times.
Yeah, they played it 3 times.
That's one of my favorite things. Every time I see him, kick so hard, he played it 3 times. But then I love that, the elder is like, "Kill him! I don't care about my life. Just kill him. Don't let him live." And then Goku's like, "Okay." And he's like, whoa, wait a minute.
It's not. Don't be rash.
Don't be hasty. We don't need to kill him. And then, White's like, "Yeah, of course. Big talk when you think it's not going to work.
All bark, no bite, baby."
Yeah.
He's like, wait a second. You're probably not faster than this bullet.
Yeah. And then Ader's circuits, overloading, where, he's given the impossible choice by White of kill Goku or let the Elder die. It's up to you.
It's either, Goku dies or the old man dies. And Ader, of course, being the absolute cinema roll that he is, has an existential crisis.
Yeah, his circuits overload at that moment because, he's an android. He ain't real, he's a clanker.
He grew a full-on, actual brain, so then he could have an anxiety disorder in this moment.
Yeah. It's oh god, oh no, oh god, oh no.
He evolved advanced human anxiety disorder.
Yeah. But then Goku is like, "No, don't quit picking on these guys. You want me? Take me. Let's fight." And he's like, General White's like, "Okay, turn around." And he's like, "All right, now what?"
Again. Most of the time, you can get Goku by just seeming super genuine.
And this is a callback to Murasaki's fight, because Murasaki pulls the same trick on him.
Turn around.
Yeah. And so, this is showing White's intellect in a certain way.
It worked the first time. Maybe it'll work this time.
Unlike Murasaki, I'm not just going to run away. I'll just shoot him.
I have a gun.
I've never seen him get shot point blank and survive. So, blast.
I mean, what we can gather is most guns just kind of tickle. Tickle, they hurt, but they ticklish hurt.
But this was
this one. This one had some. This one like a hand cannon.
Yeah, I was gonna say a deagle, like a desert eagle, a 50 cal.
I would legitimately say it is a hand cannon.
Yeah,
and so it knocks them out for seeming the next 5 minutes.
Yeah,
give or take.
But that was the fatal flaw of White, because then the Hulk gets angry.
Yeah, you wouldn't like him when he's angry.
He got so angry his eyes turned into glasses in anime, and they started reflecting all the light back. And then
I don't think he was reflecting light. I think he was his eyes were glowing.
Yeah,
he's an android.
He was furious, and he straight up launched him through the air into the next day. Jesse pointed it out. We both chuckled.
It was a Team Rocket moment.
Yeah, it was
blasting up again.
It was General White's blasting off again, and then also he got hit so hard that the sun came out. And
yeah, time went forward an hour or two. The sun came up. It was daytime.
Yeah, and then they find out Goku's okay. They bring him out, and then Android 8's like, wait a minute. And then just like, no more Muscle Tower as he punches all the way through.
And Android 8 has hit the tower.
Yeah. Oh no, Android 8 hit the tower.
Sorry, I made that joke in the middle of watching it. We both chuckled. I was like, I gotta say that during the podcast.
And then we find out that Sano's dad is an absolute savage.
He was a savage. Yeah, so they come over. They start coming over the ridge in the morning. Like Sano just pulled like cookies or brownies, something out of the oven, some sort of baked good out of the oven.
Yeah,
and they're like, oh. She like clears the ice off of the windows. Like, oh my god, there's people coming over the mountain. I wonder who that is. And then her dad, and her mom open the door, and it's like, oh, that's the village elder. And who's that standing next to him? And her dad just leans over to her.
Who's
mom.
that big girl? Is that your mom?
Is that your mom?
Your mom was so big that we thought the android was him.
And surprisingly, does not get slapped.
Yeah.
He just goes, no.
What an insane joke to pull. That was so funny.
And then Juno realizes, like, oh, it's Goku. He's coming back. Oh, goodness. And Goku, sees the food. But they play it off as, Goku sees Juno. He's jumping into her arms.
And no, he just jumped straight up.
Straight up for the food. Yeah. Just throws back the entire tray of baked goods she just pulled out of the oven.
Because when he woke up after getting shot in the head, he was like,
I'm dying of
hunger.
Yeah.
I'm dying.
Classic Goku.
I'm dying. And they're like, oh no, Goku, no. And he's like, of hunger.
Classic Goku. Need some food.
And that's moving us into our next episode, where they say Goku's doing what he loves the most, the narrator says. Cuts to Goku making the most horrendous noises imaginable with the food.
He probably ate them out of house and home. Legitimately that much food.
Yeah. But they're like, yeah, you saved the day. Whatever. Eat whatever you want, man. You're the hero.
Everyone is literally just like, yeah, you saved us. We can hunt. We can hunt some deer for the next 3 weeks to refill the food stores. We don't care. We're not dead.
Yeah. And this brings us back to his main mission of going to the tower, which was to find the Dragon Ball. His main mission was actually to save the Elder. That is true. But
the secondary objective was also to get the Dragon Ball before they get it.
Yeah, but then Sano's mom's like, hey, did you find the Dragon Ball while you were there?
I never found it.
Oh man, what the heck? I forgot about it. I was too busy fighting everybody. And then Android 8's like, you mean this? Yeah. Pulls it out of his pocket.
Yeah, Ader pulls it out of his pocket. And everyone's like, what? And he's like, yeah, I found it in a cave near the tower. And I was going to give it to the General White. But then I realized he was just going to kill everybody after he got the ball. And I was like, I can't do that.
I don't want those all on my conscience.
And everyone's just like, you know what, Ader? You are an amazing person. We love you.
You are not human, but also we love you.
It's like, you could stay here all along. And Ader turns over to the chief who just said that. And he's like, well, no, I'm not human. And the chief, being as real as possible, is like, I've met humans I would never even call a human.
Yeah, I've met people before that aren't human too.
People before that aren't human. What matters is how big of a heart you have, and you have the biggest heart I've ever seen.
Yeah. But then Ader's like, but I can't stay here because I'm a bomb.
He's a bomb.
And that sets us apart. That sets us on our mission for this episode. It is
Dr. Flappe.
This is our. I know we have 3 more episodes left of this saga, quote unquote, because this saga doesn't really end. It just keeps going and going. Because even after this bit ends, there's another part that more happens.
Yeah, more Red Ribbon stuff.
Yeah, but that sets us on this decompression from the Muscle Tower bit, where it's we got to go meet Dr. Flappe. Oh yeah, the reclusive genius Dr. Flappe who lives out in the mountains.
Yeah, they originally go okay, he can probably take the bomb out of Ader, and then as they're preparing to leave with the bomb, Goku realizes his radar is broken. And they're like, well, you could probably fix that too.
Yeah, and so
Goku now is joined with everybody, and Juno's going because apparently Flappe hates people, but he loves Juno.
Suno.
I don't know why I keep saying Juno.
I don't know why you're saying Juno either. Yeah. But yeah, Suno. He loves Suno, and so they all get up together and start going that way.
I must have had to watch something with Juno and forget.
But then we find out Murasaki survived the Ninja Tower drop, and he is ready for vengeance. So he's like, you can't beat me 3 times. I can handle you now. And so he chases after them, and then Goku pees on him.
Yeah, he's hiding with like the tree hide cape thing. Goku comes up and pisses on his leg.
Goku literally pees on his ops. Is what I wrote down there. And then I wrote that Murasaki sucks so bad. And then I repeated it immediately after, because this was like when he's dressed up as a bear, and they're like, oh my gosh, there's a bear. And he's like, yes, there's a bear. And
well, the first thing that happens when you say
he falls in the water. Yeah,
is they get to a frozen pond, and like Suno and Goku jump in the frozen pond. It's like, it's easy. They're floating away. And then Ader jumps onto the pond, cracks it, and then he walks off because luckily it doesn't crack underneath Ader. But
it was just the pressure of the jump and cracked it.
Cracked it, like weakened it.
Yeah.
To where when Murasaki jumps on the frozen pond, he falls immediately into it.
And then he climbs out, and they're like, "Did you hear something? I thought I heard a splash." What?
And so then he goes to hide underneath the ice, and then they just sit there looking.
That was
for like a minute.
Okay, this is a part where you can tell it's filler. Like if you're reading this critically, total filler, because they're just standing. They're not even like they only say 4 lines total.
Yeah, it's just them staring like, I wonder what's over there. Thought I heard something. And Murasaki just be like, I'm gonna drown. Please, please move.
Yeah, at first he's like, I can do this all day, and then they cut back to Goku, and they're like, I didn't hear anything. I could have swore I heard a splash. And they just keep staring. Cuts back. He's like, okay, this is the worst way I could possibly ever die.
This is the most ironic. I always knew I died ironic death.
Yeah. And then it cuts back, and they stare for a little bit longer, and they're like, whatever, and keep going. And then he gets out.
And then he starts scrambling to find the hole opening, and then just bangs the hole open, bangs a new hole open with his head.
And that was the first Murasaki sucks so bad. The second one is when he's a bear, and they're like, "Oh my gosh, a bear!" And he's like, "Yes, I am a bear, a And then he does a handstand, like, "I am a circus bear. I'm so cool." Oh, there he goes, falling down.
Yeah, falls down the mountain, snowballs down the mountain, hits the tree. And then snow from the tree falls back on top of him.
And then he's like, I'm a bear covered in snow.
As they're walking by.
That was the repeat. He sucks so bad. And then before we knew Dr. Flappe was shady, I was like, he's seeming kind of shady. And then, of course, he was. I already knew it, but, it was like, he's seeming kind of shady, huh?
Yeah, I mean, I felt like he was shady, but I didn't know to what extent.
Yeah.
I thought he was just, like, not trusting. Like, he knew a Red Ribbon. He was, like, not going to actually, like, he wasn't going to help Ader. He's like, he's part of the Red Ribbon Army. I'm not going to help him. No, It's like, oh, no, I made you and put the bomb in you, and I can't admit to my if he just explained they were going to kill everyone in the village if he didn't do it, I don't think anyone in that room, I don't think Goku, Ader, or Suno would have been like, I hate you.
Yeah, they would have been like, oh my gosh, I can't believe you did that. And then he's like, no, but it's because they're going to kill everybody. And Ader's going to be like, I've been through that choice too, brother.
I feel you, man.
Yeah.
No.
Did you catch the vibe off of Flappe that he was based off of Einstein? Because I totally got like an Asian Einstein.
Yeah,
he kind of looked like maybe like a Japanese version of Einstein. Because like the hair, the mustache, the German accent.
I mean, here's 2 things he was based off of. The German accent would also have been based off of Dr. Frankenstein, because he had made Ader, who was a very much a Frankenstein reference.
I was just thinking the physical appearance.
The physical appearance they took from Einstein,
yeah.
and then
because of where he's at,
some of his speech they took mostly off of the original.
Einstein was from like Poland or Germany.
Einstein was
know?
German, yes.
Yeah,
but I think when you think of like how Einstein talks in like pop culture, he talks more American because towards the end he got I think more of an American accent because he traveled over here.
Yeah,
he escaped Nazi Germany because he's like, I'm not working for you.
Yeah,
and got out of Dodge before they started like killing people at the border for leaving if you're like a scientist and stuff.
Yeah. But I was getting some Einstein vibes off of him. I mean, it could be a little bit of Dr. Frankenstein, too, because this is his monster.
Both, it's mixed.
Even though we do find out later that Doctor's other character, Doctor, is the one who actually built them, and he just kind of helped. That shows up way later down the line. I'm talking, like, the 4th saga of Dragon Ball Z. Like,
Yeah, because that's when the Android Saga is.
Yeah, it's you probably know the character names in that one. If I were to,
I know.
If I were to quiz you, what are some Android names, Jesse, outside of 8?
I know 18 and 19, or it's like 17, 19, or something like that. Like,
okay, yeah.
Yeah,
Let's
like
see if he's right on those.
Like I shouldn't say I know their names because I don't know. I couldn't name each of them, but I'd be like, yeah, that's an Android. That's like I know what they look like.
Yeah,
I've seen them in pop culture.
yeah.
Like I've seen them scrolling online. Like people make memes with them and stuff all the time.
Yeah. Okay. But
I don't know by name though.
Yeah.
I know one of them. I think ends up with Krillin. I think one of them dates Krillin. Maybe
that might be true.
I think that's one of the funny memes. It's like the more aggressive like mommy type one ends up with Krillin. I think. I mean, maybe that's just like a characterization of like the fan edits and stuff like that.
Yeah. I mean, I guess we'll see when 6 years from now when we get there.
Yeah, whenever we trudge along down that far.
Yeah, we still got a ways to go before there. We got quite a few deaths before there.
If you're watching this, if you're listening to this now and listening to it in the episode where I find out that prediction is correct, say I was here in the comments.
Yeah.
Send us a note. I was here. Take a picture of yourself right now listening to this episode, and then take a picture later.
For 7 years from now when we get there.
And then take a picture later and be like, I was here.
But I like to find out that he was working for the Red Army.
Yeah, it's a great way to like give you more stake in his character. Mm-hmm. It is also nice that like he wasn't working for them necessarily willingly.
Yeah, it was not. It didn't seem like he was working for them willingly.
As what turns out with pretty much everyone in this region that was working for the Red Ribbon Army that wasn't an actual Red Ribbon Army member, you were forced to work for them or you died.
Yeah, it was either work, die, or get imprisoned.
Yeah.
And so finding out he worked for them, again, it just adds a little bit of character. It also gives us a reason for Murasaki to like know where he is, know where they're going, catch up with them, not just be tailing them for no reason. To a certain extent, he was like trying to beat them, it seemed like, because when they walked up to the door, he's like, oh man, I missed out, or whatever,
Or something like that, yeah.
Yeah. But then he like realizes that they're going to talk to Flappe, and he just sneaks into his room. It's like, ha ha ha, now kill them and take the balls.
It's like, you're not going to help them, you're going to help me, or I'm going to kill you.
Or I'll expose you to the village and they'll all hate you.
Yeah. That's what it was, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, presumably I'll kill you because if they find out, they might not. With the fact that he seems to be kind of a butthead to most everyone in the village that's not named Suno, probably gonna kill him.
They'll be like, yeah, that tracks.
Yeah.
But Goku, then they make another mistake because Murasaki says, go grab the Dragon Balls he has on him. And it's like, well, he doesn't.
We don't know that at the time, though.
But that's one of the fatal flaws you can make with Goku. That's one of his unforgivable sins, is when people steal.
Yeah, when people steal, especially from him.
Yeah, remember he chased Stinky Boy like 28 miles. Just like, you stole my stuff.
Which kind of set off in motion a lot of the Red Ribbon stuff for Goku.
Yeah, and it's the same for here, where it's like Murasaki, Murasaki convinces Flappe to steal the Dragon Balls that we soon find out are actually not Dragon Balls, but just the lunch. He left the balls at the village, which is one of the best gags of these two episodes. Where
it's like he's chasing this intense chase speed because you don't find out about it until he gets the bag back from Murasaki.
You're like,
so you watch Goku basically commit murder on this man by dropping an avalanche on his head,
and then the bag falls to him. He's like, oh, I'm glad he didn't eat this.
My lunch. And then he flashed back to Suno's mom.
Jump cut to them, and they're like,
jump cut to all three of them, and they're like, I thought they'd be bigger.
Yeah. Look at these. These are Dragon Balls.
You're like, so he just killed a dude over like a ham sandwich.
Yeah, and he just like left. It's crazy because you would think that after all the trouble of going through to get these two Dragon Balls, he would have like kept them.
Yeah.
But instead, he's just like, nah, I don't. I trust these people. They'll keep them safe for me.
Well,
I just need the food.
He would have. He's probably going back to the village because they're going back to the village when they get ate or cured.
Yeah.
At the end of the episode, they're going back to the village.
Yeah, but he was like, I trust them to hold them for a day.
I mean, what are they going to do? I mean, because he's also assuming he's going to get his radar back. When he leaves.
He's like,
my radar will tell me if they lose them because they can't lose. Like, they're not going to lose them Like, they don't have my strength. They're not going to throw it over 7 mountains into an entire different part of the continent. Yeah. Like, if they lose them, it's in their front yard buried in the snow. I'll just find it.
Or some bad guy stole them, and they would tell me what way he went, and I would chase him down.
Yeah, like... And he also got rid of all the bad guys here.
Yeah.
Presumably, because at that point, there's no Murasaki's alive.
Yeah.
But, like, all the bad guys are done. Like, I don't have anyone to come steal my Dragon Balls.
Yeah.
Because also, what are they going to do with 2 Dragon Balls? You need 7 to do anything.
Yeah. And then after that, we moved back into Flappe has removed the bomb, and he almost drops it, but Goku uses his lightning fast hands to grab it. They all say their goodbyes, but then Goku accidentally sets off the bomb, like sets off the detonation sequence.
Yeah, so
he throws it as far as he can, and it goes, hope this bomb never kills anyone around here, is what I said in my notes. And then, meanwhile, they go to walk off, and our denouement on this episode is Goku killing Murasaki. And I know you're going to say, well, we never know, he could survive. But a bomb on his face is kind of different than the other stuff that's going on. You can survive falling out of a tower. You can survive an avalanche. I don't think very many people can survive a bomb attached to their face blowing up.
It's a cartoon. So all I'm saying is cartoon logic means that he could... And also, there are more than one Murasaki. So maybe he only killed that Murasaki.
But this is Murasaki Prime. It's the only one we've seen since the tower fell down. And so if I'm saying he killed the Prime Murasaki. Maybe the other 4 brothers are alive in that rubble somewhere in the mountain on Muscle Tower. But he killed that one. That is Goku's first kill. He got one. And the narrator makes such a joke about it where he's like, well, this episode ended with a bang. Yeah. So, Jesse, moving into predictions, you say that Goku saves the day. That is wrong because Ader saves the day.
Ader actually is the one who defeats General White.
And so we are giving you an X on that one. But a mad scientist, Jesse, this is where we got to talk about what you think a mad scientist means. Would you call Flappe a mad scientist?
I mean, they're setting him up to be that. It takes a mad scientist to be able to create an android, I would think, in the way because I mean it had like a pseudo beating heart, put a bomb in it. Now, necessarily was he a mad scientist of his own fruition? Like, no, he was forced to be a mad scientist, but you still did mad science.
Okay, so you're gonna say yes, I'll let you have it. That's a 50% success rate. And then
I didn't have a whole lot. I was like, I had
you had 2 guesses.
I had nothing to go. I was like, I'm gonna do a guess an episode.
All right, and so Jesse, moving into our next one, since next week's episode will be a 3-parter, a 3-episode episode, you get to have 3 episode titles. Episode 43, A Trip to the City. Episode 44, Master Thief, Hasky, or Hasky, Hasky. I'm assuming it's a name of a person. And episode 45 is Danger in the Air. Jesse, what do you think your predictions are for this end of the saga?
Well, I think obviously a trip to the city is because Goku mentions at the end of the last episode that we just watched that he's going to have to go to Bulma to get his radar fixed.
Yeah.
So obviously a trip to the city is going to Bulma to get his radar fixed.
Okay.
I feel like that's a easy home run ball there.
Yeah.
You know, I feel like we can just chalk 1 point up already.
Yep.
Okay. I don't know if the mic picked that up.
If you pick that up, my cats just screeched up the stairs next to us.
Like little zoomies.
Yeah.
A little distracting.
Sorry. Next one is Master Thief, Hasky or Hasky.
I'm going to go out on a limb and say the radar is fixed as Goku's going to leave. Got stolen again.
Okay.
You know, maybe even steals Dragon Balls at the same time. But I'm gonna stick with just the radar gets stolen.
Okay.
You know, I'm gonna
by Hasky.
By Hasky.
Hasky, however you say it. We don't know yet. Episode 45, Danger in the Air.
Pilaf comes back.
Pilaf's
got a new floating fortress. That I'm really taking a risk because I think I already know I probably have a point.
Yeah.
Let me kind of swing it.
You might have 2 with something getting stolen, knowing that the name of the episode is Thief.
Yeah. You know what? And I'm like, you know what? It's it's a 3-parter. See, it's the end of the saga. It's a real long episode next week.
Get Pilaf back.
Let's go.
Everybody loves Pilaf.
Yeah.
Pilaf gang in the chat.
all my homies love Pilaf.
All right, Jesse. After that, Just to recap for you, you said Goku goes to Bulma to get the radar fixed. The radar is fixed, but gets stolen by Hasky or Hasky. And then Pilaf comes back with a new fortress.
With the new flying stuff, I guess.
Flying machine.
Yeah, flying machine.
We'll say flying machine to make it more broad.
Flying base or something like that.
Okay. All right, Jesse. So everybody's favorite part, and by everybody I mean, we're talking about everybody's worst part, and by everybody I mean you. Yeah. What is your worst part?
Worst part of these episodes? I mean, for all intents and purposes, they're very solid episodes. Like, there's nothing that sticks out as really, really awful. It's more just, I guess, like what's the least fun part to you. And for me, I probably would say, as funny as the moment is, no, I don't want to do that one. I was gonna say like how long they're on the pond just staring, but it's too funny.
I think
it's too funny to vote.
I think if it was shorter, it wouldn't be as funny.
Yeah, I'd say like it's funny because of how long they're there. There's nothing really that sticks out like that I hated.
Okay,
like,
I don't really have anything like I hate either.
The floor for like quality moments in these two episodes is so high.
Yeah,
the ceiling is pretty high too.
Yeah,
but the floor is like pretty close.
I guess child murder or attempted child murder would be my worst part.
Yeah.
I mean, like, if I'm just going out on a tangential thing, like, the fact that Goku almost died would probably be, like, a problem. Because that would make the show drastically different if Goku died at this moment.
But it's also, like, it's Goku. You've seen him take a bullet. Like, you probably, in the moment, especially if you're watching these shows, this episode, as they're coming out, you probably already know, like, yeah, he's not dead.
Yeah. But, I mean, I guess
it's the implications there.
Yeah, the implications that he's fine with just fully killing children, like, which you already kind of knew.
Which also just shows you, again, how villainous White is. Yeah. So it's one of those, it's a character moment.
And I guess also, like, then the double-edged sword of Murasaki, not to pun on him being a sword wielder, but the double-edged sword of him being an absolute buffoon, which is the worst part, but it's also the best part because he's so funny. It makes his scenes so hilarious. So I guess I'll take that as my cop-out on worst part. It's just it's just how incompetent he is. He's built up to be such of a bad A. And it's just, no, he sucks. But it's funny, but he sucks.
This dude is dumb.
But, like, in the best way. But also, yeah, And I guess that would be my worst part, is just, like, how dumb he is. Yeah. How, even when he's on screen and you think he could be doing something, he's, even when you think he's stolen the Dragon Balls, he doesn't even have the Dragon Balls, He
has a sandwich.
He succeeds, but it's, like, for what,
He cooked my lunchbox. Yeah. No, again, and I will set this here. I will always try my hardest to find the best and worst part. Mm. But there will probably come episodes sometimes where I just can't justify saying anything sucked.
Yeah. But, like, if I were to pick a worst part, it's probably just, like, how inept or how inadequate, how dumb Murasaki is.
For me, I'm just going to go with... I'll just go with nothing really was worse.
Okay.
Was bad enough for me to, like, say this. Like, maybe I'm forgetting, like, a small moment because everything else was so shiny that you just kind of forget, like, oh, there's like a 10-second moment that sucks.
Yeah.
But, like, there's no perverted moment. There's no, like, automatic, there's no perverted moments.
Yeah.
Even the child murder in the moment, you're like, Goku's not gonna die.
Yeah.
Like, there's nothing here that I'm like, it just sucks.
So, Jesse, then, if there's nothing that sucks, then it must mean that your best part is going to be hard for you to pick, too.
Best part is real hard. There's so many funny moments.
I have 3 on top of my head. I'll lay them out right now so you can try to hear them. White getting punched so hard that the night turns to day. Murasaki getting stuck underwater and have to bang his head out. And that whole scene where he jumps into the water.
But he falls into it.
He falls into the water, all that stuff. Or Murasaki... stealing the Dragon Balls, but it's actually a sandwich and getting stuck in an avalanche and then eventually dying.
We should eat the sandwich. I don't think
it was. It looked like it was wrapped like a plastic wrap meal.
I'll add you one on top of that. Is that your mother?
Yeah. Is that your mother? Who's that big one with? Is that your mother?
I thought you were gonna say that, and then you got through them all. Like he forgot about the mother.
It's so hard because those are four like.
Those are four. We were audibly laughing.
In any other episode, either one, any of those four would have been the best part.
But now we have to pick at least. We could split the vote on ourselves. And
you
pick
can
two.
take the mother one because I didn't think about it. I'm gonna go with the water. Honorable mention to White getting punched so hard that the night turns today, and the eventual dying from stealing somebody's lunch.
Yeah. But I was like, man, surely you were the one who brought it up earlier in the episode. Yeah. But it's really,
there are so many good parts. Like that's the problem. I had three other ones.
That's what I'm saying. The ceiling is so high and so consistent that the 4 really just never drops low enough for me to justifiably say anything sucked.
Yeah. And so here's our ending bit, just to remind you guys, we said it just a few minutes ago, but we will be watching 3 episodes next week, episodes 43, 44, and 45. You can reach out to us at becomingsaiyans@gmail.com or get onto our Twitter, our Instagram, or our TikTok at Becoming Saiyans Pod. And until next week, I've been Truman.
And I've been Jesse.
And the journey continues.
Bye!